We are back now on Most Buffalo, and a summer tradition is returning to Delaware Park. Shakespeare in Delaware Park is getting ready to launch its 51st season of free outdoor theater with 2 main stage productions and a touring show that will travel across Western New York. So we have a lot to talk about. Joining us now to talk more about this year's productions are Lisa Ludwig, the executive director of Shakespeare in Delaware Park, and Brandon Didio, stage director for The Taming of the Shrew. Thank you so much for both being here today. Can we believe we're going into our 51st season?
You know, it was so funny last year when I kept saying, I can't believe it's 50. Now we get to say 51. But yeah, for 51 years, we're one of the oldest and largest Shakespeare festivals in the country, right here in Western New York.
Yeah, we were just kind of talking about it. It kind of feels like we're getting ready for this popular summer tradition with the weather today.
You know, and honestly, the last week, we're a week behind in getting our stage up because it's been so wet. And then all of a sudden today, we know that summer is right around the corner, so we can't wait.
And that transitions me right into my next question. Lots of planning goes into this. Can we talk a little bit about especially the production part, but also getting the stage all figured out?
A lot of people don't realize we put up and take down the stage every year. It doesn't stay there, but it is funny because right now we're already planning for next year, and we haven't even started, this year yet. So we're always planning for the next year, but we have auditions in November. So we've been cast since November. Rehearsals started last week for the touring show. Tomorrow night they start for Pericles. And then Brendan's getting all ready for Taming of the Shrew, which is our second show of the season.
Yeah, I know the first show of the season, then it goes the second. It kind of feels like it probably goes real quick, right?
It does. It does. Pericles is our first show of the season. We have never produced it on the Shakespeare stage before. So we're very excited that that's the first year. And then Brendan can talk more about Taming of the Shrew, which I know is a fan favorite of everyone's.
Yeah, one of the things that I find most exciting about this season is we've got one of the least produced Shakespeare plays in Pericles, Prince of Tyre, and then we've got one of the most popular plays in The Taming of the Shrew. And Pericles, for those of you who are unfamiliar, which may be a lot of us, it's kind of this epic, sweeping tale about a prince who gets separated from his family, and he spends the entirety of the play, or almost the entirety, trying to reunite with them and his adventures along the way. And then, for our second show, The Taming of the Shrew, it follows the story of Caterina Minola, or Catherine Minola, and she is the daughter of an affluent gentleman in Padua, and she doesn't really like to play by the rules that society expects her to play by. And so,
you don't know anything like that.
Right? And so along comes this guy named Petruchio, and he takes it upon himself to tame her. And so comedy and drama ensue, and it's just a really exciting night of theater.
I always feel she tames him, but
I agree.
People have to come see the show and find out for themselves.
So a little bit of variety with these shows.
Yes.
But when I think of Shakespeare in the Park, I really truly think of community. I mean, you guys are really bringing community together. Why is that so important? And also, let's say that this is also a free show. So, I mean, looking at the video there, you see all the lawn chairs and just it's really a community event.
It is. Well, and again, for 51 years we've been saying it's a community picnic where there happens to be a professional performance happening in front of you. And it's funny because Shakespeare to some people is such a daunting thing and they're afraid of it. And they shouldn't be. Shakespeare is meant to be seen and heard. And here's this experience. You bring a picnic, you bring your friends, you bring a date, you bring your family, and you get to watch Shakespeare. And when you see it, it's so different. So yeah, and it's free. I mean, we do pass the hat as they did in Shakespeare's time, and we see about 40,000 or plus audience members every summer. And they like you said, they know it's summer. You mark your calendars. We're there Tuesdays through Sundays, and the weather's going to be perfect this summer.
I hope, I hope so, right? Just like today, every day today, like
if it could be like this
I'll put in a word.
Summer. No, last summer it was quite beautiful. Last summer we had a half a rain out. The summer before there were 12. So I'm hoping May got all the rain out of its way, so that the summer's going to be perfect.
And for you guys who spend so much time and effort, and even the performers, what's it like for you guys when we get to that even first show or the next show and you see the audience just watching on show days? What does that feel like?
I feel so. Actually, Lisa and I both have been actors on the stage before, and as an actor, there's just no other acting experience like it. To be standing on that stage and you look out and you see 1,000, sometimes 2,000 people wrapped around that hill, and the sun is setting, and everybody starts leaning forward and listening to each and every word. There's just nothing like it. And I think the same goes for the audience.
Right, and exactly what you said, it's a community experience, not just a theatrical experience. And we couldn't be more proud, you know, that Saul Elkin, who was our founder, left us with this legacy, and it is our joy to continue to bring it to everyone, and we can't wait. Again, you mentioned our touring show, Fools and Foes, so when we're not on the main stage, we're going to be in 25 different locations throughout the summer, bringing our touring show as well. So
busy.
I know.
But good busy.
Good busy. We don't want anything else.
Yes. Right. Lisa and Brendan with Shakespeare and the Park, thank you so much for joining us today.
We'll see you on the Hill.
Yes, we'll see you there with my lawn chair.